What's up?
And we are
And we are live. What's going on, my people? What's going on? We're going to destroy the left once again. And here we have the Star Wars dad John and my man Hybrid 95. Say what's up, fellas. Say hello to America.
What's up, everyone?
God bless everyone.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And well, you know, hey, and Stephanie from the Smugglers Canteen is with us. What's going on, Steph? No doubt. And she says, you guys start late. Sorry, kiddo. We had some responsibility, so we figured this would be pretty good. But hopefully, man, we're gonna be bringing some strong talking points as we smash the fucking left. Just want to thank everybody for watching, everybody that's gonna be joining us. We've got a little following going on, so we're basically going to try to make this a permanent thing for you guys, since you guys like this, until all this shit clears. But we're gonna be keeping you informed with a lot of talking points that the left is doing as to damage to America, the Constitution, our rights, and whether they fucking know it or not, their rights, and how they're trying to transition the United States of America from capitalism to socialism. So the first thing I want to do is I want to play you a little something from Jason Getz, who blew up the whole fucking Democratic Party in this little hearing that they had on Friday, and he just played back exactly what was said by the leader, the Democratic leader, and he gave them, he fed them back their own words, basically, man, from their own leadership. Okay, saying that it was Jim Clyburn who laughed and said that there was a crisis on the border, and look how he played them. Check it out.
In her prior claim of time said it was offensive to assert that Democrats were in denial about the crisis on the border. I would invite my Democratic colleagues to go to my official Twitter account, where I have posted an interview from January 9th, 2019. It was on CNN, not exactly a hostile network for you folks. And let me just play what the question was. And it's Jim Clyburn, the Democratic whip, answering the question.
The president said there's a And I tell you right now, before I play this, you guys, if you haven't seen this, you're going to fucking cheer, you're going to clap, you're going to stand the fuck up. Ready? Humanitarian crisis at the border, is there? Absolutely not. The president said there's a humanitarian crisis at the border, is there? Absolutely not. The president said there's a humanitarian crisis at the border, is there? Absolutely not. The president said there's a humanitarian crisis at the border, is there? Absolutely not. The president said there's a humanitarian
Point of order.
crisis at the border, is there? Absolutely not. The president said. And what's funny is when you hear that point of order, that's because one of the Democrats got up and were like, oh shit, we just got our own shit thrown in our face. Here's the rest of it. There's a humanitarian crisis at the border, is there? Absolutely.
I guess it's a parliamentary inquiry. Is it appropriate for a member to just put on a loop a teeny soundbite out of context? Is that allowed?
The gentleman controls the time. I'm not aware of any rule that would preclude him from doing so.
Thank you.
Gentleman is good.
Thank you. I think.
And if you hear fucking hyena-faced Nadler, this motherfucker's on the panel on some shit, and he's just sitting there like looking like a fucking hyena, and he's like, "Oh, I have to let him do it." Yeah, and you hear how he was saying it, right? Now check this shit out.
So control the time. And I just think that's quite something. That when you're fed back your own words from your own leadership from earlier this year, you think that's out of context and inappropriate and not allowed. Again, we didn't raise the issue. It was the gentlelady from Texas that said, these allegations from Republicans that we were in denial, they're offensive. We've always known of the crisis. And the Democratic whip laughed. Absolutely not. Laughed. Thought it was laughable. Thought it was funny. You know who doesn't think it's funny? The Trump administration, because Secretary McAleenan has been ringing the warning bell for months about the crisis. He begged you all to take action more quickly. One of the reasons why so many young people, so many vulnerable people are in tragic conditions is because we didn't act when the administration wanted us to provide funding that was absolutely necessary to care for people.
Boom! John, how you feel about that, man? Well, how you feel about this man, Jason Getz, baby?
Dude, I can't be more disgusted. Plain and simple. I cannot be more disgusted.
Do you think he crushed it? Do you think he gave him the fucking medicine they were supposed to take?
Dude, I can't say enough about it because for the past 2.5 years, all we've heard is Russia, 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 collusion, obstruction, racist, homophobe, you name it. And finally, the Democrats are getting a taste of their own medicine.
Nice. What about you, Hybrid? How you feel about this, man?
Yeah, you know, it's always okay when something's played out of context for someone on the other side. Like, I don't know if you guys were aware of what happened to Candace Owens when she made the comments about Hitler and the Nazis
Yeah.
and all that, and they played a short little clip over and over to make it seem like she was trying to glorify Nazis or whatever. But yeah, exactly. I gotta agree with Star Wars that, you know, it's about time that they get a taste of their own medicine. And
That's
you know,
right.
if you're gonna sit there and say there's not a crisis at the border, then you're completely delusional. I mean, how would you explain fentanyl
Exactly.
that's being seeped into the country, the human trafficking, as you've mentioned, Jay? And
Yeah, yeah, we have you know, we have all this shit where you know, you've got the human trafficking, you know, as well as the drugs. See, this is why Pelosi is so adamant about, you know, oh no, you know, we can't close the border, it's inhumane. Yeah, that's what they're throwing in your fucking faces, that it's inhumane and it's all fucked up. But meanwhile, you've got mules as to smuggling fucking people and smuggling fucking drugs. And what they do is they have other people running towards the border, distracting the fucking border agents. Meanwhile, they got these guys carrying kilos over their head towards in another way. You know what I mean? But like I said, this is all a bunch of bullshit, guys. I'm so happy that this is happening. You know what I'm saying? You know, and yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Steph. That I hope everyone is laughing. And peace to everyone who's joined. You know what I mean? We're gonna serve it up tonight, man. So thank you, Jason Getz. Please keep doing the hard work that you're doing, man. We appreciate this very much, man. You are a fucking patriot, man. Please do not. And I repeat, do not let off of their fucking jugular, man. Hold that pressure. Now, the question to everybody that's on here on a fucking panel. Is Nancy Pelosi really losing her power to fucking asinine occasional cortex? What do you think, Hybrid?
absolutely not. Donald Trump said it best. You know, he's known the lady for a long time. I mean, and a lot of people would know that she's not racist. I mean, she's the Speaker of the House.
Right.
She's the Speaker of the White House.
Right.
Queso Cortex, or you know, she's some chick who was a bartender like 2 years ago.
Right. Right.
I mean, that question is really almost laughable. But it needs to be asked, though. I mean, I see why you're asking us that question.
Right, right. And what about you, John?
I'm glad you asked the question because literally 1 hour ago, BuzzFeed put out a survey that they had put out of 500,000 young people. And on that survey, they asked, do you know AOC? Do you know Ilhan Omar? Do you know Tlaib? And do you know Preston?
Right.
Well, what was it? 86% of people said they knew who AOC was.
Right.
And over 75% of people said they viewed her negatively.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then it was like 60-something people said they had known Ilhan Omar, and only 7% of people saw her favorably. 7% of people saw her favorably.
Wow.
Dude, these people are going to be put out of office
Very
sooner
soon
or later.
Yep.
I
And
mean,
they're also starting petitions as well.
yes. Well, like I had talked about on our last show, it's possible that AOC could actually go to prison for finance violations. I mean, there's not just one, there's not two, there's multiple finance violations and PAC violations. So she might, be out of office much quicker than any of the rest of them. But there's been paperwork filed to have Omar impeached. So let's just keep our fingers crossed.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I gotta agree with what Steph just said, man. BuzzFeed has definitely got to be crying, man, after all that bullshit.
Yep.
Hell yeah, man. They must be crying with all that fucking fake news that they were going out. Well, see, the reason why I asked this is because President Trump, God bless him, man, he's a fucking genius. You see, what he did was, in order to stop all this distraction and all this stuff, he put himself in the middle, giving the left the finger to point. So he came out and he defended Pelosi. So now what the left is going to do, they're going to kiss up and make up, and they're going to blame Trump now. They're going to say he's the racist. So this is exactly what how Trump is going to diffuse all this shit. A fucking genius.
I think Cortez is being very disrespectful to somebody that's been there a long time. I deal with Nancy Pelosi a lot, and we go back and forth, and it's fine. But I think that a group of people is being very disrespectful to her.
Well, who saw that coming?
There we go. He felt like people were being very disrespectful to her. I mean, that's genius, man. That's genius for him to, just come out and listen, she's not racist, she's not this, she's not. That's simply because, she want to come out and play the race card. So what did he do? He strategically, yes, Steph, he strategically took their center of gravity away from them. That's exactly what the fuck he did. And I'm so happy that he did that shit. Let's listen to the strategics behind this once again.
I think Cortez is being very disrespectful to somebody that's been there a long time. I deal with Nancy Pelosi a lot, and we go back and forth, and it's fine. But I think that a group of people is being very disrespectful to her.
Well, who saw?
You know what I mean? And it's amazing to me on how these guys, would actually eat each other. And that's good. That's good that these guys are imploding, because this is what's supposed to happen, especially when you've got the media on your fucking payroll, and you still being mad because Hillary lost. Look, I just want to say to all you fucking dumb feminists out there, and especially what the fuck is the stupid soccer ball player's name who lost to a bunch of fucking high schoolers? I forgot. But Rapinoe, there we go. To all you fucking feminists out there, look, all you bitches are fake. Okay? This is Jay Cotto. You want to sue me? Come on down. For what? Sue me for what? Rocky 5. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you fucking dumb bitches like this. You leftist bitches are so phony because there have been so many people who have been raped, people as in women, because they are people. Not calling them victims for your fucking gain, but personal gain. But especially what happened with Betsy Ross. Is she not a female? Are you guys not supposed to be responding to the call? Are you guys not supposed to be telling motherfucking Colin fucking capper prick, listen, what are you doing? This is a woman, right? But you guys are bullshit. Each and every one of you fucking feminists, your Me Too movements, all of you guys are just toxic. You're fucking bullshit. Okay? Even when you tried to honor the Me Too movement, half you bitches were dressed like sluts with open slit fucking to the crack of your ass fucking dresses all the way to the front. You know what I mean? And you're supposed to what? Be victims? Get the fuck out of here. All of this fucking woman power fucking up our movies. As we move into the next segment, the new James Bond, and I don't care that she's a black woman. It's just that James Bond is not a female. And this is what's happening, man. How do you guys feel about this?
I put out a tweet about it probably about 6 hours ago. It got blown up, thank God. But I'm getting sick of this woke PC culture. You have established characters, leave them the fuck alone. That's exactly all I can say. Leave them the fuck alone. If you've got a white male that has been a white male for 50 years, he needs to stay a fucking white male. If you got a black motherfucker that's a badass, leave him a black motherfucker that's a badass. Don't
Exactly.
fucking gender swap and race swap these people just to prove your political bullshit.
Exactly. There's no need for that shit. And like I said, man, the whole thing that the Dems are doing, because mostly everybody from Hollywood, steers with the left. I mean, every time the left is in trouble, they hire somebody. It's fucking retarded. And fuck Robert De Niro. You said you wanted to leave Madonna, the rest of you fucks, and you're still here. You guys know you guys are now fucking straight to DVD fucking actors now. Okay? We
This
put
is
you
my
down.
thing.
You guys suck, man. Hybrid, how you feel about this?
Yeah, this is my thing. I could go all day about this really, but originality is just dying out. If you wanted to make this work, if you really wanted to be woke, but at the same time be creative, then come up with a 009, a 007 is James Bond, Pierce Bronson, Sean Connery. It's always been a white man, and I gotta agree with Star Wars Dad on this. You can't just down the line remake Empire Strikes Back and turn Lando white. It's not going to make any white people happy. It's not. You're not going to make any white people happy by just turning Lando white. What you're really doing is you're disrespecting the original person that created the content. I brought this up in the last stream. Jay, you're a content creator yourself.
Right.
You've spent long nights, long hours developing storylines and characters, and that was something that meant a lot to you. And by the time you were done, you appreciated the outcome. And for someone to come and fuck that all up, by turning Dean Brolick into some homosexual, transgendered xenomorph or whatever the hell. It does the story no service. It's not being original. You're piggybacking off of someone else's content, right, and all for a quick money grab. And at the end of the day, so you could call yourself some sort of civil rights ambassador. It's absolutely disgusting to me.
Exactly.
Well, at least some people in Hollyweird are fighting back. We saw Scarlett Johansson come out and make her public statements.
Oh yeah. What she say? I missed that. What'd she say?
Oh, I'm surprised you missed that. She came out and said, "Hey, I can play anyone I want to. I can be a tree, I can be a lesbian, I can be a fucking car, whatever the fuck I want to be." And she was blasting on this PC bullshit. Nice. And I got to give her all the props in the world. People are finally starting to wake up with this shit,
Yeah, because listen, it all rolls back to this fucking dossier, and the Fusion GPS on the people who signed off on it, and the people that were accused of being spies and they weren't. You know what I mean? And on how they put people in prison now because of their affiliation with Trump over fucking taxi medallions and shit. And telling them, oh yeah, well, we'll give you a better deal for this if you have anything on Trump. I mean, it's disgusting, and it's a whole coup d'etat. Okay, it's a whole coup d'etat, and I tell you right now, man, just like Steph just said right now, a lot of these stars, you see, she walked it back. So a lot of these stars apologize for the shit that they say because they're under their leash. That's why, look, I don't trust any of these fucking movie stars. I mean, I love them. I love their work. Like, look at Mark Hamill. I love Luke Skywalker. Okay, I love the detective from The Guyver. I love the Joker. I love him. But I don't agree with his political views. I mean, and that's that I can't stop liking him, or being a fan of his because of his political views. Now, what I can't say is if he was to come out and attack Trump voters, which is myself, and then that's a different story. That's something where I got to look at him and say, wow, don't you understand that most of your Trump voters are your fucking fans? See, but he's never said that, so I can't really dislike him, or any other star that's out there, talking about Trump, but not really, like the rest of these politicians calling us fucking deplorables and shit like that. Hey, Jeff Soul, what's going on, brother?
And another important thing I want to say, and the most disgusting thing about this to me is mainly the movies that they're choosing to remake, and try to revitalize and whatnot. It's movies that have put a cultural footprint in American culture. I'm only 24 years old, but I'm in the minority of kids my age who have went back, and I love Casablanca. I love Humphrey Bogart films, Treasure of the Sierra Madre, and all that. What they're doing. They're using these films, these important films, in order to brainwash, as Star Wars Dad has mentioned in a lot of his videos. The force feed these identity politics into feeble-minded young people such as myself, and it's absolutely disgusting because a lot of these kids probably haven't even seen the original films.
Right. Exactly, and it's a shame. It's a shame on how they're diluting it and watering it down, and stuff. I mean, it's sad. It's sad. Now, this question, man, I want to ask everyone here, you can write a fucking essay, you can write a story if you like. I don't give a shit. The guys, that are here. Peace to my man, Mazarus who's here on with us as well, and everyone else is watching. God bless each and every one of y'all. No matter what country, what color, man, what creed it doesn't fucking matter. What religion, you're still loved by us. Now, why going or voting them is actually bad at this time? Okay, and I'm gonna start off with the Star Wars Dad, John. Explain to us, in your view, why going them or voting them right now is bad.
Well, let me start by saying this. All these beta males that's out there right now, and everybody that's wrapped up in the PC culture. I would love for them to go back and watch the video for Straight Outta Compton, right by NWA, and just love to see how much they get offended by that. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I really would, because if you grew up with rap, that was an amazing song. It was the beginning of God knows how many big voices. Now, what's the problem with voting Democrat right now? Well, it's everything they stand for, which is basically infanticide, 100% abortion.
Right.
We want to strip you of all your rights, which is, your right to free speech. We want to take your guns, and
oh yeah, wait, you forgot. Guilty until proven innocent.
Yes. Also, we are going to force you to accept socialism, and we're going to tax the living hell out of you, so you're going to get even poorer. That's what the Democratic Party is now. So if you want to go down that rabbit hole, by all means, go ahead and do so. But if you put these people in office, it's your own damn fault. That's all I can say. It's your own damn fault. And these people that are actually in office right now, I hate to say it, but the state of New York, they deserve what they have. They've got Cory Booker. They've got AOC. They deserve them. The state of California, you've got Maxine Waters,
Oh, Calabas. You got Calabas from fucking the Clash of the Titans.
Yes.
That's what Maxine Waters looks like. Fucking Calabas.
Well, I think she's she would be the villain in the Bill Cosby Show.
Yeah.
How about the bride at the end of Gremlins 2? The Gremlin bride. Hell yeah, man. What's up with you, Hybrid? How you feel about this shit, man?
To vote Democrat, these people are promoting toxic rhetoric. They're triggering off emotions, all emotions. Whatever happened to policies and what benefits you as an individual and your values and everything. And they're making a lot of people from you know, from poorer economies and whatnot, dependent on the government. When we live in a country where it's freedom of choice, you have the right to just make your own decisions and move up the ladder. You know, you don't have to be stuck on welfare and food stamps. You know, you can do all the things that, you know, I don't know if you guys know the whole story on Judge Mathis. Judge Mathis came from a terrible neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, and he figured out things for himself. That's the American dream. You know, he wasn't sold on just he needed to be catered to by the government. And you know, that's one thing that the Democrats, you know, take advantage of every election, because you know, we all walk around the streets every day, and I'm a mixed person. When I grow my hair out, you know, you can tell I'm like some sort of minority. I've never been a victim of hate crime. But it seems like every 4 years when an election is coming around, all of a sudden the whole world's plagued by racism. We're back in the 50s again. No one has an opportunity to be anything great anymore. And that's the kind of thing, you know, I'm not going to let anybody tell me that I can't accomplish anything due to my ethnicity. That's just
right. Nah,
not another, you know, white person like Hillary Clinton or anything like that. It's fuck that.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you know, these, and I have to agree with Mr. Jeff Soul, man, that you know, the Democrats are so in disarray. It is because they are, because I mean, check this shit out. You know, you've got motherfucking orders given to fucking cocksucking Don Lemon, right? Who's saying that white men are a fucking threat to you know, us citizens of the United States, right? This stupid motherfucker. Meanwhile, his boss is white and his fucking husband is, so he goes home to suck a white cock every fucking night. So now all of a sudden, nobody's gonna call contradiction on this fucking cocksucker. Nobody's gonna tell him, listen, you go home to a white dick every night. What the fuck are you talking about? Your husband is fucking white. Is his husband not fucking saying anything? Like what? It's just like these fucking feminists. Like these guys don't speak up when they're supposed to. Now, if you go Democrat, what's gonna happen is, okay, the minimum wage that's going up is going to go right the fuck back down. Okay, they're going to favor the illegals that are here, not the citizens that are us. Okay, every fucking rule that has been put up there, and every fucking illegal immigrant that has been deported before, and every legal immigrant that went through the fucking process and the system is going to look at this like, what the fuck was all that for? You know, and this is exactly, I mean, the Democrats not understanding that the moment you try to rearrange or take away anything from the Constitution of the United States of America, that where we go into total disarray. I mean, this turns into something as to unlawfulness. Do these people not fucking understand? Of course they don't. You know why? Because when they were in power, right, they disabled us to be human fucking beings and enabled us to fucking depend on them. They are the ones that have made fucking welfare. Okay, they are the ones that have fucking the slave trade, and at the same time, have created stuff that are called within inner city, inner cities. That thing called a project, a building that has only nothing but minorities in it. Why do you think it's called a fucking project? Because people like us, minorities who came from the ghetto, right? That's exactly what we are. And I don't care if you are driving a Bentley now and you came from the ghetto, you are still from the fucking ghetto. You did not leave that statistic. You can fucking stop it, because there are things right now that people are actually trying to turn their nose up when they should be walking, you know what I'm saying? Head below the clouds, not above. There's a lot of shit that's going on here, man. And you know, I just hope that before 2020, before we go to that ballot box, everybody wakes the fuck up and understands that the left are nothing but a bunch of fucking lying ass vultures that'll do anything, say anything. Man, I mean, these guys are fucking dirty. They are the epitome of the saying, politics are dirty. Okay? Now, Alex Acosta, who happens to be the Secretary of Labor for the Trump cabinet and for us, will be leaving in a week because of the Epstein case. Let me show you something here. You know, let me show you something here. Oh yeah, we got it all under control, Steph. We got it all under control. Sit back and enjoy the show.
With regard to the labor secretary, on Wednesday afternoon when he went out and defended the decisions he made in Florida, in Miami, Florida, going back to 2008 and 2009, he was trying to explain how the folks in Palm Beach were going to give Jeffrey Epstein a smaller sentence. And when Acosta took the case over, he pushed for a tougher sentence and believed, even though you registered as a sex offender, you do 13 months in jail, even though you have the right to leave for 10 to 12 hours a day, which a lot of people felt was very lenient and very light.
I mean, there were children as young as 14 years old that were giving him massages for hundreds of dollars that he sexually molested. I would say that's a pretty lenient.
So the labor secretary will step down. Clearly, the pressure continues on him. I want to bring in Dr. Bill Bennett standing by.
There we go. So he's going to be stepping down because he has something to do with that case. And I think that he decided, you know what? The same thing I said. And I said this the moment I heard this, that right away he was part. I said they're going to try to blame Trump. And what was that? 5 minutes later, they came out of nowhere and tried to say that President Trump has something to do with all this bullshit. That President Trump raped a fucking young little girl. That President Trump did this. Now 2 more women come try to step forward and say that Trump kissed them uncomfortably. Debunked because the video came out. And another fucking crazy bitch that looked like fucking Cooper Anderson's fucking stepsister comes out of fucking nowhere and says, yeah, he groped me in the fucking department store. First of all, Trump don't fucking shop in no goddamn department store. He has a private fucking fitter. The fuck are you talking about? You fucking ugly Annie Lennox in the face ass bitch. This is the shit that fucking gets me mad. Now, this Jeff Epstein, this fucking predator, this fucking creep, this guy, okay, had it not been for Acosta, this guy never would have seen the, and obviously, they wouldn't be able to do what they're able to do now, right? So I think that exactly what he had to do, and he was able to give this man a record for what he's done. And he had to register, and it's not his fault that they didn't. So now these are charges and other charges as well, and reopened. So this motherfucking predator is going to have his day in Bubba's locker room. Now, I don't give a shit who you are. If you feel that this is innocent till proven guilty, okay, not a problem. But I'm going to tell you something right now. When they open those fucking can of worms, you're going to see a whole list of motherfuckers that you thought were good-hearted motherfuckers. I'm telling you, Hollywood goes down with Epstein. Okay?
Well, what's killing me about this entire story is the left-wing media is keeping hush-hush how much influence Bill Clinton had with Epstein.
Exactly. Politicians will be going down too. Talk about it, John.
I'm glad you brought that up, Star Wars, Dad, because let's take a trip down memory lane. Y'all remember fucking Anthony Weiner?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That pervert.
And all the things. Oh well, CNN coming out saying, well, we can't put all the blame on Hillary. We can't, Hillary. He was a big part of the Hillary Clinton Foundation, and that motherfucker turned out to be a weirdo, So, I mean, they should have really kept that same energy on the Clintons like they're trying to do with Trump now, like you see the Young Turks. But anyway, continue on with what you were saying, Star Wars Dead.
Well, it's funny because, they were talking on they were asking Bill Clinton how many times he took a ride on his airplane, et cetera, and Bill Clinton had come out and said, I only took 4 trips with him. Well, they went back and checked all the logs of for the past 30 years. Bill Clinton took 27 rides on his plane with him, going from various places to various places.
Yep.
But it wasn't just Bill. Hillary was on 20 of them.
Exactly. And she's
Wow.
she's into little girls herself. She's into little fucking girls herself.
And you can't tell me that Bill Clinton had no idea what was going on.
He knew what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, exactly. Because when they would land, they would have, 12 to 15-year-old girls waiting for them when they get off the plane.
Come on, the fucking plane was called the Little Lolita. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, right? Like, it's disgusting.
And an interesting fact for anyone that doesn't know, I don't know if you guys have seen the film Lolita,
Yeah.
by Stanley Kubrick, but that movie is about a man who is just drooling over a fucking 15-year-old. It's as much as I love Stanley Kubrick, I can't sit through that movie.
Yeah, no, it's cringe, but you know, it's the truth. You know, I mean, we've got fucking sick romances like this, if that's what you want to call it, in this, you know, in this globe, whatever. But you know, what I'm saying here is, you know, Acosta tried his goddamn best, you know, and got the man a record. Now that he has a record, they can go back into that and keep opening stuff up, like him not registering. That's a violation. You know, other things as well. You know, him going in and out, being able to fucking work on the workforce when he wasn't supposed to, serving 10 months instead of 18 months. You know, I mean, listen, they're going in on this motherfucker, and I'm so happy. I am so happy. And just to let you guys know, man, next week we'll have Stephanie Jansen from the Smugglers Cantina on with us. On actually on this Sunday, okay, on Destroying the Left. But just give you that little announcement. But you know, I'm just glad that Acosta did what he did, and I think that him resigning has to do with you know, him not, because they know they're gonna fuck with him. So he's basically stepping down so that way the heat won't come to Trump, because Trump don't deserve no heat, you know, no distraction, none of that shit. So,
well,
you know,
I understand it. The guy's got a family,
right?
I mean, who in hell? Look what happened with Kavanaugh. You know how they drug him through the mud like that, and then to come out and find out everybody was fucking lying, but yet they still drug him through the damn mud and tried as hard as they could to ruin the man before they put him, you know, in the Supreme Court.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, and you know, it's just disgusting, man. It's disgusting. You know, you've got a lot of these people, man, just getting away with shit. And I'm glad that, you know, the swamp is being cleaned. And what's fucking funny here is, you notice how Trump is doing this strategically, and everyone else, Barr and everyone else, like, Barr came out of the fucking Woolworths, like, out of nowhere. He came out the Woolworths like, okay, I'm gonna take it over now, right? So now they're all fucking nervous because they're all about to come up with multiple fucking ridiculous charges on them. It's gonna be charges from pedophilia to fucking war crimes to, I mean, we're going to see every fucking thing, ladies and gentlemen, my friends, my fellow brothers and sisters. And I hope that they throw the book at these corrupt motherfuckers who've been fucking up they've been fucking America up since fucking since Obama was in fucking office. Now, the Mueller case, his testimony gets pushed back from the 17th to the 20th. Now, is this a good move, guys? Do you think it's a good move?
If you're a Democrat, it's a good move, because they're afraid. They're quaking in their boots right now because they're so afraid to have him testify, because they're afraid it's just going to confirm everything that, you know, everybody's been hearing. No obstruction, no collusion, no Russian anything, and they're running scared.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is my thing on it. You know, I said this in the last stream. You know, when you have the whole report to go over, what's taking so long?
Exactly. And yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But you know, and just that whole trial, that whole hearing they held, where you had guys like Booker and Kamala Harris just pressing, man, just asking open-ended questions, not even trying to get to the truth of things, really just trying to bait him into a trap by asking an open-ended question. And you know, Barr, you know, respect on his part. You know, he held it together like a true champion, man. He didn't take the bait or anything. He just, I mean, that's an honest man right there. I mean, someone like that has nothing to hide when he's approaching the situation like that.
Exactly. And you know, I have to give the left their fucking kudos with their fucking MK Ultra fucking style of brainwashing and programming that they're doing to every fucking body who's like onto the left and shit and still hasn't walked away, simply because they're, you know, a lot of people believe that these fucking guys who have done better than any fucking cabinet in fucking presidential fucking history, these guys are doing so well that they brainwash people to actually forget bad from good. People don't know good men from bad men anymore. People don't know good women from bad women anymore. I mean, look what the women are doing now. If you hug them, if you kiss them, right, if you got something that's gonna fall to their fucking, oh, here they go. He kissed me. Sexual harassment. Me too. I mean, it's dangerous. A lot of guys got blamed for shit. This is all a fucking MK Ultra programming, man, from the left. Okay, it starts out with your entertainment, and then they try to force shit on you. You know. So I think it's a good idea that it's pushed to the 20th as well, because there was a problem where the left didn't really want too many of the right asking Mueller questions. You know what I mean?
Well, just think about all the questions that the left were asking. It's almost like if I was accusing Jay of stealing something, and I'm sitting here asking him questions like, you know, so what went through your head as you were stealing it? You know, and you're just asking those, you know, you're not trying to get down to the truth of the matter, you know, like, did you steal it? You know, you're coming up with these entrapment. You're pretty much trying to lure them into a trap, as to like you're trying to get them to admit to something that they didn't do, so you can sit there and say, oh, I got you. It's real petty. It's very petty.
It is. Now the question we have to ask ourselves is this: what to expect? What should we expect from the Mueller testimony when it actually happens? I'm going to go first on this. I think that there's going to be a lot of pleading the fifth when the right asks. The left is going to ask a couple of fucking questions, maybe 2 or 3, in tandem, you know what I mean, and you know, just to make it look like if they're on the fair side asking tough questions, but then everything else there's gonna be a lot of objections from the left when the right asks questions. They're gonna have to fucking reissue their statement. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a fucking circus, man. It's gonna be a circus. It's gonna be a goddamn circus. This is what I feel. I feel we're not gonna get anywhere. I think that they're gonna try their best to keep this going until 2020. All of this is happening. All of these lies, all of these fucking fake ass women that are coming out, and all these accusations that are coming out are simply to smear and to try to get you to change your mind and hate the president and the voters. So that way, come the ballot box, the same thing with the immigration. The reason why they want to give them licenses and have them in this country illegal, like if they're legal, and forget about the whole process, is because of their votes. They want to have illegal immigrants voting. What the fuck does that person? What would they be doing? What choice would they fucking be making? Of course, they make the choice of the person that's gonna give them the free shit. But are they really fucking considered American? Do they even know the history of America to fucking live in it? Do they know how the rules go? How many fucking captures and releases have they done under the Obama administration in this fucking bill that they signed to fucking let murderers commit crimes and fucking criminals from MS-13 and everybody else that's not only fucking Mexicans, not only San Salvadorians, but other people from other countries who use Mexico as the fucking back door? How many captures, cease and desist? And then they let them go? So many, and so many senseless murders, man. Then and then you got fucking occasional Cortex talking mad shit, talking shit about the fucking Border Patrol, the first line of defense in America. You want to go out there and talk about concentration camps and put all this shit, but yet you're bitching to keep the subject hot, but you're not doing anything about it. And to leave you fucking hog in the face ass bitch, you want to go up there and cry with your swollen eyes, with your fucking lizard tears, you crocodilian bitch. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be a prime example. And you too, Ilhan Omar. And you too, fucking Hirono, you fucking SUV bumper in the face ass bitch. You bitches, all of you fucking, what are you supposed to be called? Sisters in white? You baby killing bitches? All of you fucking sexist bitches. You fucking leftist bitch. All of you poisonous bitches need to fucking go into a fucking open oven and burn yourselves. I think you'd be doing everyone a fucking favor. You know why? You know why? Because of the victims from Auschwitz, because of the victims of the whole fucking genocide of the Holocaust, because of your own fucking race, on how you've put them in the front line, making everyone think that your race thinks just like you because you say so, because the way you're acting out. So now everyone is looking at your race like, damn, you should be telling this, she should be fucking happy, proud, and privileged to be in America and actually serving for the United States of America. But you want to come to this country and serve and think you could talk shit about it, you dumb bitches? You guys are, man, you guys are worse than the Gong Show. I swear to God.
And you know, to bring up AOC, I wish I could say AOC with as much disdain as Star Wars Dad. He's got that down. But to bring up AOC, you know, I really think that she should be receiving as much backlash as that fucking who's that dude, Juicy fucking Smollett or whatever, Juicy Smollett, who faked the pussy fucking Smollett, who faked the you know, people are actual victims of that kind of shit, you know. So for AOC to go around spreading that these people are victims of what people through the fucking Holocaust went through, you know, she should be receiving as much backlash as that fucking Juicy motherfucker received. I mean, that's sickening.
Right. Let me say this much, and I want everybody on the panel and everybody that's watching the program to actually hear me. I have toured Auschwitz myself. I have walked the halls of Auschwitz. I have seen the gas chambers of Auschwitz. I have seen what evil is. When you walk into Auschwitz, it's heavy. There is still an evil presence when you walk into the halls, when you walk the streets. You can still hear, you know, in the distance, the screams of people.
Yeah,
being
that was the
gassed.
devil's furnace. That was Satan's furnace, man.
And millions of people lost their lives there, not because they crossed a border. They lost their lives simply for who they were.
Yeah,
they were Jews.
They were citizens as well in that country. You know, you feel what I'm saying? It's crazy.
But yeah, they were simply different than what Hitler and his regime wanted. He wanted to exterminate the Jews. He wanted to exterminate people of color. He wanted to even get rid of people with dark hair. He wanted the master race to be blonde haired and blue eyed. And I'm sorry, if you're sitting in a detention center on the border right now, it's not a concentration camp because you put yourself there. No one else put you there. You put yourself there by illegally crossing the border.
Thank you.
You committed a crime. You came across the border illegally. This is not a concentration camp. It is a detention center. You broke the law, so you are jailed until your hearing. And after your hearing, you either get a stay or you got to get the fuck out.
Yep. Yep. And I'm going to tell you something like this as well. I'm going to say something like this as well. You know, for anyone who's on the left and has lost a loved one serving the United States of America in a war or during a tour or whatever, I'm going to tell you something right now. You should be very fucking ashamed of yourself. Okay? I'm not talking about, I don't care about your political decision, but God damn it, your relative or whoever it was is rolling over in the grave, and if they were alive, they would be rolling with Trump. There's not one motherfucker out here that's actually looking right to the left that are even trying to help the servicemen. Nobody.
And this isn't like back then where people were drafted and stuff. These are people that are volunteering to keep our our soil just safe.
Right. and they're you know they're putting their lives. Listen, my father went to the Vietnam War. Okay, left with a Purple Heart. Okay, and many medals. I still have them here. I'll show them off one day. My problem with AOC and the rest of these fucking people that are trying to turn this capitalist, you know, it's a socialist and shit. And listen, people that are on the ground, our fellow brothers and sisters, our parents, our uncles, our cousins, whoever they may be, grandchildren who have served to this country to keep the Constitution of the United States of all our freedoms, to keep them the way, you know, even to this day, their soul, their sacrifice was not for nothing. Okay, and if you allow these fucking foreigners that are on our listen, AOC, I feel, is a plant from somewhere because she got a fucking audition. She had to audition for this. This was a role. Okay, this was a role that she auditioned for in order to become. That's how desperate the fucking Democrat. Oh my God, like people, what is wrong with you?
And
People
listen,
have lost their lives for our rights, and you're gonna allow these fucking dumb simpleton bitches to come out of nowhere and disrespect the flag. Who the fuck is Callan Copperprick? Who is this motherfucker? Who is this a failed quarterback who thinks that he can just speak? It's fucking ridiculous.
and this is another thing, you know, when you're preaching that high on like things like communism, I mean, you're a simpleton. You really are, because you know. And if Stephanie Janicek is still in the building, she knows a lot about this. I mean, she's elaborated in many of her videos about guys like Pol Pot and Benito Mussolini. You know, all those guys, Stalin. The whole principle of a communist society, it is, I mean, in theory, it's a utopia. You know, you learn that when you take economics class in the high school, but the catch 22 to that is history has proven it to be a complete fucking disaster.
Right.
And it's nothing in compared to how an economy and how a society works through capitalism. And if you're not a simpleton and you can actually research the history, I mean, you can see these things to be true. I mean, that's the reason why our economy has worked this far ever since 1776. That's a long fucking time.
Yep.
Well, something that I don't think a lot of people actually understand is what we think of as far as leftist Democrats go and everything. This is on not just the US stage, this is on a worldwide stage right now. The leftists they're trying to take us into a global society. That's where it's starting. Everybody's trying to merge into this global society that's on the left instead of, you know, while the Republicans are trying to focus more on America and then, you know, be everything's America first and then fuck the rest of the world, you know, there's second after America. But there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't see. Evil people, you know, doing hell-bent things, you know, with politicians behind the scenes. You can't tell me that these caravans that are coming to the US, that they're just coming. They just feel like they can get into America, and, you know, you've got thousands of people each day just coming because they feel like they can get into the country. No, someone's behind it.
Right.
Someone is, you know, pushing all this. You know,
you've got George Soros, you know, and that's really who's funding all of this shit. If you really look at it, that's exactly who's funding this shit. George Soros, you know, as well as the Antifa, the Black Lives Matter, and the rest of them fucking little racist, you know, factions that are going out there, man. And the ambassador, the UK ambassador to the US, resigns over leaked emails and criticisms of Trump, and Trump caught it. And well, I'm gonna play a little something. Let's check this out.
Escalating tensions in Tehran. The U.S. is looking to create a coalition of allies to patrol waters around Iran and Yemen. It comes amid a new bipartisan alliance to block President Trump from going to war with Iran without congressional approval. Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz teaming up with Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna to introduce this bill following President Trump's comments. He does have the power to strike Iran without an okay from Congress. Congressman Gaetz defending the amendment.
Jay, I'm going to jump off for a few and I will jump back on. I've got to put Darth Cody to bed.
Gotcha, brother. Gotcha. Right. Now, I'm glad. Listen, when Bush went to Iraq, he didn't have no one. He just went the fuck in. You know what I mean? And that was for no reason. They had to fucking fabricate the weapons of mass destruction and shit like that. You know what I mean? So it just came up to the point that you know, I just feel that it's just fabricated. You know what I mean? It's fabricated. It's all fabricated. You know, let's keep going here.
Yesterday, watch.
Days, and particularly that would apply in the conflict that we could potentially see with Iran. I don't believe that a 2001 authorization to use military force is applicable in the year 2019 or beyond. I think we need to update the conditions and terms where we would send America's bravest patriots into battle. I think we can do that here.
And gentlemen,
you know what I mean? And that's, you know, that's something that you have to look at where it's like, okay, well, you know, like I just stated, you know, Bush did it. So I don't see exactly why is it that you know, that Trump can't go and you know, help us defend our country, you know, against fucking terrorists that are fucking trying to uranium. They're trying to fucking, I mean, hybrid. Is this crazy or what?
Listen, the last thing any of us wants is crazy people like that having access to uranium.
Yep.
I mean, do your research. I mean, it's I mean, I'm just lost for words. I mean, I just don't see how anyone could promote that.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking sick. It's fucking sick.
I mean, the whole reason we haven't been attacked by North Korea is because they can't even get a missile to launch. And, you know, and that's where it all starts. They're testing it, you know, they're trying to get the missiles to reach and whatnot. And I don't think people understand the seriousness to that.
Right. Right.
You know, that could just lead to chaos. I mean, these people, we have these weapons for defense. These guys have these weapons to cause chaos, to cause destruction, to try to gain power, to try to bring others down.
Yeah, exactly. Just like May says, man, another dirty bomb could cause another Chernobyl, and I have to agree. But let's get back on this UK ambassador resigning over what he said.
Ambassador to the United States, Sir Kim Darroch, has resigned. This follows the leaked emails where he was critical of the Trump administration. This is the cover story of the Financial Times this morning, that yesterday the president tweeted about him, saying this wacky ambassador that the UK foisted upon the United States is not someone we are thrilled with, a very stupid guy. I don't know the ambassador, but have been told he's a pompous fool. Today we see he's actually resigning. What's your reaction to this? And tell me what you think of Kim Darroch.
Yeah,
well, before we get into Jason Gett's opinion, I want to get into yours, man. Do you think that he should have resigned once those were leaked out because he was talking shit about us?
You know, did he speak up for himself or?
Well, no, I guess he was so embarrassed, you know, that they found out and they leaked out exactly what the fuck he said about Trump, and Trump found out, and after Trump called him stupid and everything over Twitter and everything, he, you know, I guess he left in shame and just resigned.
I guess if that's the case, then he never deserved to be there in the first place.
I hear that. I mean, you know, to be fair, a personal conversation, texts and stuff like that, it is personal. But at the same time, when you're an ambassador and you're talking, you know, about a leader to a powerful country that you're an ambassador to, like, I mean, come on, man. You know, where's the professionalism behind that? Where's the patriotism at the same time? I mean, isn't England supposed to be our fucking friends, our ally, right? So I think that,
you know, this is my thing is if you're going to talk that shit, I mean, have that same energy when you get called out, you know, don't just go running and hiding. I mean,
exactly. It's like you get caught talking shit about somebody, and well, that's basically what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And it's, you know, you can tell that that's exactly what the case was, because if you put two and two together, if it's ever happened to you or anybody where they got caught talking shit, you confront them, then all of a sudden they have their head down, they have nothing to say, they're so embarrassed. You know what I mean? And I think this is exactly why he just said, you know what, I'm just gonna resign. You know?
no, man. I mean, you to be an ambassador, you got to have some sort of cojones, some sort of grit. You know, you can't just go tucking your tail when you know, because you got to go through that. Many politicians, Joe Biden right now is going through that. Look, Joe Biden. One thing I can respect about him, you know, is after all that, the scandal went out with him being accused of sexual assault or whatever, and it was like a week later he held a rally, and some kid came up to hug him and stuff, and he made a joke about it, like, oh, you know, he gave me permission and all this, and you know, that's the way you got to be. You just got to rub it off. You know, you can't let that kind of stuff affect you, especially if you're in a position like that where it requires mental fortitude, testicular fortitude.
Exactly. And I just want to tell all my friends in England, you know, and everybody from England, that this does not fall on you. Anybody from America shouldn't hold anybody from England, you know, any of their citizens, you know, accountable for this. This has nothing to do with them. You know what I mean? This only has to do with the, you know, with the ambassador. You know, he fucked up, you know, and I don't think that should switch our, you know, our perspective on our fellow, you know, brothers and sisters across the pond, man. You know what I mean? You know?
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely. You know, so one love to England, man, no doubt. My man Toby is in the house, no doubt. What's going on, Toby? So now it seems like Joe Biden, for some reason, is forgetting that he was ever vice president, and it's not because of dementia that's obviously kicking in. It's not that, guys. It's not that. You know what it is, hybrid? You know what it is? That some of this shit. Okay, he says that none of this that's going down with Russia and everything would have went down on his and Obama's watch. But he fails to realize is that it fucking has. All of this is because of Obama. All of this that happened was under your fucking watch, you decrepit vagina, you. Okay? This was under your fucking watch. Okay? All of the minorities, all of the young African American brothers who were killed by police, and everything that happened that was going crazy with law enforcement, and that was all under Obama's watch, man. Obama's police state. Do your fucking research. Stop trying to blame Trump, because if you rewind, this did not happen under him.
And you know, the crazy thing is I think people forget what Obama tried to do to Russia, you know, and I'm not sitting here caping for Russia or anything like that, but he put so many sanctions on them to where they couldn't do business or trades against any other country. You know, I get why he would try to do that. You know, they were doing business with Syria and all that, providing them, what was it?
I'm gonna be on that in an hour.
He was providing them some kind of chemical warfare type of shit.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's a very petty thing to do. You know, now you're not taking away from like the Russian people and in power, but you're taking away from all the citizens and everything that live there by employing all these sanctions. To me, that was a very petty move. And I think people forget that, you know, that's really never brought up anymore. All the sanctions that he put on Russia to prevent them from doing any kind of trades with a lot of countries that were allies with us.
Yeah. And the thing with Joe Biden here is, you know, Joe Biden, you know, I don't give a fuck what anybody says, man. You know, he's a fucking racist. Okay? I don't care if you disagree with me. We're still cool. You know, this is my political opinions. You know, I don't fucking knock any. I'm going to let you guys know right now he's a fucking racist, especially with that shit that he came out and said they're going to put y'all back in chains. I don't give a fuck. He is a decrepit vagina. you fucking funny looking motherfucker. You know, he's gonna get defeated, and they're gonna push fucking come drinking Kamala Harris in the front, bro.
No, I don't think it's going to be Kamala Harris. I think it's going to be Pocahontas.
You think so? You think?
I think so.
Well, listen.
What about Bernie Sanders?
Nobody up there stands a chance against Trump, bro.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Elizabeth Warren. Bernie Sanders has burned out because too many people do not want a white dude running for office whatsoever.
That's a great point.
And Bernie Sanders, he started strong, you know, with against Trump in the first election, but people are looking at him now like, no, not going to do it.
Well, it's also he fucking let Hillary Clinton take the fucking seat. He let her take it, and he knew this. You know why? That's why they try to blame it on Donna Brazile. That giving listen, he got a month later he got a $300,000 beach house. Okay. Yeah. That is the consolation prize for doing shit like that. You know what I mean? And I just want to say that you know, Obama also promised to pull troops out and shit, but he didn't. And also under Biden's watch, Obama had given Iraq $1.4 billion for what? You know what for? For to start them up with this uranium fucking missile that they're starting off with now. Okay.
Yep.
Obama has ties to the fucking Muslim Brotherhood. So does Uba Aberdeen, who has fucking brothers in there. Okay. Ilhan Omar, as well as the other fucking fat pig. These women, Tlaib, okay, and even I'm gonna go as far as Ocasio-Cortez. Okay, that they're plants, bro. They're plants from the Muslim Brotherhood. Take a good look at these women. Look at what they're doing. Look at what they say. Americans are no good. Jews are no good. Christians are no good. Anybody that's outside of that is no good. Look at what's happening.
Well, between you and I, AOC, in my opinion, doesn't have enough intelligence to be aligned with anyone.
I was going to say the same thing. That's funny.
Yeah, she doesn't have enough intelligence to actually be aligned with anyone. It's her handlers that have all the connections. And all she does is spit the rhetoric that they tell her to say.
Yeah. Yeah. She's a fucking actress, supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's just disgusting, man. It's disgusting. So Biden all of a sudden is forgetting how much atrocities and how much corruption happened under the Obama watch. Right?
Yeah.
And people are still like, it's only the left that are talking about Obamacare. Listen, you know what Trump's big plan is going to be for 2020 that's going to take it? Do you guys know what it is? Sarah Huckabee, God bless her, before she left, gave a little hint on it, but only good motherfuckers with good hearing like ourselves caught on to it. You know what it was that she said?
What's that?
Before the polls hit, we will have a healthcare plan. And you know what? Trump has been saying this as well. So that's his fucking lightsaber for the duel, baby. And that's gonna take it. That's gonna take it. That's gonna take it.
Can you imagine, like, if Kamala Harris got elected, or Pocahontas, or any of these radicals that want to push Medicare for all, right? You know how many millions of people we have that work just in the insurance industry alone?
Yeah.
I mean, so you would put that many people out of jobs, right? Then you would put these companies just completely out of business, which you're talking is going to devastate economies, because the insurance business is billions of dollars. I mean, not millions, but billions of dollars. And let's just wipe it out, you know, and then we'll tax the shit out of you, so that, you know, we still won't be able to pay for it, but we'll still tax the living shit out of you. We'll raise your taxes to 70%, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And
not to mention what people in Europe are going through, you know, that, you know, you go to get checked out, like let's say you have something really wrong from you, wrong with you, and you have to sit through a a very long waiting list. I mean, there's going to be people packed in there every day, hypochondriacs and what have you, that just want to go get some little scab checked.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a complete nightmare.
Yeah, I tell you right now, man. You know, health insurance. I listen. When I go for my treatments for my cluster headaches and shit, you know, that usually runs me about maybe $535. You know what I mean? And you know, that comes out of my pocket. Fuck insurance, because they don't work. Then after that, if you happen to take an ambulance, that's $800 or $820. You know,
Just
so
for the ride.
yeah, you know, so I know what it is, man. I know what it is to be without insurance and paying out of your fucking pocket. And I think it's even worth it because you can also always get a tax return on that. You know what I mean? There's ways of getting your money back. Fuck that. You know what I mean? It's just retarded, man. This whole Obama shit. You know, what he tried to do was basically, you know, fuck up our economy, which he did. And I don't understand where the fuck these people are coming from, where now Trump and is piggybacking off of Obama's economy. Are you fucking stupid? Like, it's so out there and that has been so debunked, but they still roll with those fucking fake ass feather fisted punches.
Well, I'm telling you, dark. It's either going to be really, really, really dark days ahead, or you know, America's going to wake up and see the light. One of the two.
Oh yeah.
And myself, I think America is starting to wake up, and I think, you know, we're not going to have a worry in the world with the next election unless something happens to Trump, because I don't think people would vote for Pence the same way they would vote for Trump.
Right.
Because I mean, Pence agrees with things that I would, you know, I'm a Christian inside and out, but he agrees with things that I look at him like, dude, what the hell are you thinking? Because he believes in homosexual rehab therapy, you know?
Right.
And I would never subject anyone to that, you know, because I look at it like this. If you want to be gay, be gay. I don't think it's right, but you have the right to be gay if you want to be gay, you know? But I would never subject anyone to, you know, like rehab therapy to not be gay, you know?
Right.
Yeah, you know, my thing is too, you know, if you want to be gay, but I mean, is it really necessary to throw parades out in the street and to dress provocative, and you know, while families and everything are trying to just take their kids to the park, no one wants to be exposed to that, because you know, us straight males, you know, all three of us that are here on the stream, we're not parading around, you know, flaunting around like the fact that we like tits and ass. You know,
the gay pride parade it was pure debauchery. It was nasty.
Right.
I mean,
exactly.
it was nasty in every which form, fashion you could think of it.
If we were to go displaying what we like to do out in the streets, you know, we would be looked at as like, oh, these guys are disgusting. They're pigs. That's uncalled for. You know, that's. If you're gonna be gay, just be gay in your life. You know, you don't have to go flaunting it around. That's my thing. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not concerned with what another man does in his bedroom.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, because what you do in your own house is your own business. That's none of my business. I don't care, as long as you don't push that on me. You know, if you're
right, or your kids, you know, because they're starting to push that shit in school now.
Oh yeah. I think I've told Jay and I've told Maze and I've told Stephanie, but like my son, he's actually come home from school with pamphlets that, you know, are teaching kids that boys can have periods too, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, and that it's okay to have two mommies and two daddies and things like this. And, you know, he asked me about it and I set him straight. I'm like, you know, this is bullshit.
No doubt. Everybody say peace to my man J.R. Bell. What's going on, J.R.? No doubt, man. And say what's up to Christian NWO as well, everybody. Now, I agree with you. I agree with you complete. Now, do you want to hear exactly what Ocasio-Cortez tweeted to Trump and how Trump shut her down today? Did anybody see today's tweet?
I didn't see it.
John?
I saw it. I loved it.
Okay, now check it out. The president, well, this is what she texts. Mr. President, the country I come from and the country we all swear to is the United States. But given how you've destroyed our border with inhumane camps, all at a benefit to you and the corps who profit off them, you are absolutely right about the corruption laid to your feet. And he retarded with, so interesting to see the progressive Democrat congresswomen, should I say, who originally came from countries whose governments are in complete and total catastrophe. The worst, most corrupt and inept anywhere in the world. So, boom. Boom. You know?
He keeps going. He keeps going, though. He tells them to go back to the governments they came from, fix them, and then come back. You know?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm actually glad Star Wars Dad brought that up. I don't know if you guys ever seen the gumball theory in regards to like immigration.
No.
The guy who does the seminar with gumballs and whatnot. But essentially what he's saying is that, you know, we do take immigrants, you know, all year round and stuff. We take millions of immigrants into this country. But you got to think about it like this. The immigrants that we are taking from each and every country tend to be the people that are better off than everyone else. You know, we're not taking the people that are living in huts and that are, you know, just digging in the mud and all that. We're taking immigrants that are actually going to benefit us. Because think about a lot of the immigrants that come here, they start businesses, they become things like doctors, and they don't go back to their country with the knowledge that they know now. They don't go back to their country to try to serve any kind of benefit to their homeland. They stay here, and they benefit our homeland.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, JR, I'm sorry, man. Your words will come right back up.
Now, I wish Maze was on the show right now because Maze lives up, I believe Maze is up in Minnesota. But I wish everybody could go visit Dearborn, Michigan once in their life right now and see what Dearborn, Michigan has become. I will say this all the damn time, and it's a double-edged sword with me. So y'all forgive me because I am not a Muslim hater. I've got friends that are Muslim, but if you go to Dearborn, Michigan, and you see what radical Muslims do when they come to the U.S., just about all other cultures will integrate into U.S. society and become U.S. citizens, and they will be U.S. citizens first, and then they'll hold their culture, you know, right below being a U.S. citizen. Right. Not these Muslims that come in. You know, they will not integrate into American society. They want Sharia law. They want, you know, their own special privilege for being Muslim, you know, and they don't abide by U.S. law. Bullshit. You know, I look at it like this. If you come here and you don't want to abide by, you know, how we do things, get the fuck out and go back to the damn country you came from.
Definitely. What's up, State Kenobi? What's going on, brother?
You know, that whole theory of assimilation, people saying that, you know, immigrants will come here and assimilate to the culture. A lot of times it's really not true because I live in Texas, man, you know, and there's a lot of Mexicans that come through here and stuff, and they have accents and everything. You know, that's not assimilation. If we're being technical, you know, they're not essentially assimilating to the culture. Because I mean, if one of us were to live at a place like Europe or an Asian country for a long time, at some point, our dialect is just going to be off.
Yep.
At some point.
And I'm telling you guys right now, everywhere around the world, even UK, you guys are going through your own shit too, Mr. 2B, what is it, B Street Bros? You're going through your shit too. As a matter of fact, your shit's a bit worse than ours. So I wouldn't be pointing fingers the way you're doing it. Bernie Sanders is a fucking idiot, but UK's about to go through the same shit we're going through, buddy. So if I were you, man, I wouldn't be making fun of pointing fingers at the next country, which is your ally, who's going through problems because of idiots to the left that lost their power. You know what I mean?
Well, you can't even recognize Germany now. Germany is not Germany now. Germany might as well be a little Middle Eastern country now. Yeah. So, I mean, they have just been overrun with Muslim immigrants, and that's how the damn country is turning now. It's turning very, very Muslim because they have so many Muslim immigrants there. Europe needs to start kicking these people out because the Parisians don't even live anywhere near Paris anymore. It's gotten to be that bad.
Right. Oh yeah, Bernie is fucking done. He's done. Like, I'm done with Bernie. I'm just gonna say it like this, man. As to the corruption and all of this Trump derangement syndrome, people have to look at this. If you're calling this man a Stalin or a Hitler or anything like that, did Stalin or Hitler give anyone tax returns? Did he sign a lot of bills that help people of different ethnicities and shit? Is he trying to keep our country safe? Does a dictator or anything like that do stuff like this? No, fucking no, not at all. Trump is from New York, where I'm from, and New Yorkers just basically, we don't stay shut. I mean, we'll curse you to high heaven. I mean, we'll curse you to you crawl right back into the fucking uterus you got spit out from.
Job opportunity in this day and age is the highest it's been in the past 10 years.
Hold on, a hybrid. Give me a second. I gotta air somebody out. 2B Street Bros. What the fuck are you talking about? Obviously, you are closed off to the fucking world and you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. You're a Trump hater. You're all the way from the UK. No disrespect to the UK. I got a lot of friends over there. But I'm saying you're a fucking jerk off. You're a straight jerk off talking shit about our country when your country's almost in the same fucking mess as we are. You fucking hypocrite. You're a fucking idiot. Yeah. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead, brother.
I was pretty much done with that, though. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I want to see what this guy's saying. Oh, okay. You hit him. Okay, good.
Yeah. It's just to the point that, if you could kick him off, kick him the fuck off too. If you're able to kick him the fuck off. Somebody with a wrench, kick off that fucking idiot. You know what I mean? This guy's a fucking, these guys, man, they are so MK Ultra programmed. I've lost family members over this shit because they want to listen to Jay-Z, Beyonce, and every fucking stupid fucking superstar that's out there because, oh, you gotta hate Trump because we said so. This is how they get you. This is how they get the feeble-minded, the fucking dummies. This is how they get you. And they got you. Because if you're around there and you're still calling Trump and these fucking concentration camps and all this shit, I mean, you're fucking, you have no fucking clue. You have no clue whatsoever.
Well, Stephanie just nailed it on the head. She just said their mess is worse. Christ, London's freaking Mogadishu. And she's right. London right now is like ground zero for leftist hell. Right. And you would think, with the U.S., we're derived from the UK. You know what I'm saying? The original people that made up the U.S., we are originally derived from England, and that our laws would be like England. No,
Yes.
England does not have free speech laws like we do.
Nope.
At least right now, we can still, we can get on the internet like we're doing right now and speak our mind. We could actually be arrested for the way we're talking right now in England.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but just let's put it like this. England does not have the right to bear arms either.
Right.
And that is an essential commodity that we all have in this country. Probably not commodity is the wrong term, but that's an essential right that we have in this country, is the right to bear arms. And I'm glad the South isn't just being bullied into just taking our guns away and all this bullshit. It doesn't matter. Like, if you take the guns away, look what's happening in California. Cops are still getting shot. Crimes are still being committed. Those criminals don't give a shit about gun laws.
No. And I hate to say it, though, California deserves the damn politicians they have, because look at the state of California right now. I mean, it is slum central in California. There are people sleeping in feces on the street. They have tent cities that go for miles with homeless people. They got, I mean, it's from California all the way to Washington State. I mean, it's become like liberal hell there, and police can't do their damn job because the damn politicians won't let them do their damn job.
And for anybody that wants any insight on California, for people like Two Hands or whatever that doesn't live in the country, if you want some insight on California, watch some documentaries on Sorority Row. That's real shit. That's the actual shit that's going on in California right now.
Yeah. The whole shit is a fucking cesspool. And JR, your thing, my thing too, my brother. I'm gonna read exactly what Mr. JR Bell said here, which makes fucking perfect sense, right? Look at the hypocrisy of each and every fucking superstar, each and every politician to the left. Check it out. He says, my thing about Trump, no one was calling Trump a buffoon and stupid when he was hosting The Apprentice. Okay, they weren't saying that when he was hanging around them celebrities. Exactly. So you can all tell that this is just a political smear. This is all a fucking game to these fucking leftists, and they're gonna continue to besmirch everything that this president and his cabinet are fucking doing. You know what I mean? You know what I think would be a great idea for Trump to do? I said this the last fucking I said this on when was it on Wednesday, I think it was. I said this, man, on the live stream. I said the new Secretary of Press should be Andrew Dice Clay.
Yep.
You know what I mean? In these times like this, Trump needs Andrew Dice Clay to be Secretary of the Press, man. That's how I feel. Stig said the media was actually attacking Bernie when it was him versus Hillary in the primaries. When Trump became her main opponent, they turned on him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And JR makes an excellent point, because before Trump even ran for presidency, there was really no negative press or anything on him about being racist, about all these sexual assault allegations. All of a sudden, when this dude starts running, all these things come to light.
Yeah, like fucking Snoop Dogg and the rest of these stupid motherfuckers. You know how many photo ops you had with Trump, and now he's this and that? You making no fucking sense. That's why he should shut the fuck up, and the rest of these rappers shut the fuck up and just shut the fuck up with your legs crossed, you bitches.
This is like the WWE, because you know, like Steve Austin, you're a big WWE guy, Jay.
Yeah.
When Steve Austin was what was his role before that? It was like some prince or whatever.
No, called Steve Austin. He was the ringmaster. He was Steve Williams, the ringmaster.
Exactly. No attention, no negative, no one trying to call his name. All of a sudden, when he becomes Stone Cold Steve Austin, all these people come. That's exactly what this all is. It's all fabricated.
Yep.
It's all a big circus act. It's laughable. It's really laughable. And for people that can't see it, then you're just a part of the brainwashed sheep. It's really sad to see that this is going down in a country that's supposed to be level-headed and living
Well,
off of
I find this funny. I just posted an article in the chat that the three of us are in for this right here. The comments we were talking about earlier, the Twitter war between Trump and AOC, CNN gets on and blasts Trump saying what he did was racist.
I'm sorry.
Just calling AOC out is racist because he was calling AOC out.
Yeah, right away she plays the race card. Oh, we're colored women, so you want to pick on us? No, bitch, no, because Candace Owen, a colored woman, had offered you $10,000 for a debate and you ducked. And as well as other news personalities, as well as media personalities like Ben Shapiro as well, all fucking challenged you to hundreds of thousands of dollars to a debate and you turned it down. Why? Because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Your speechwriter's a fucking pussy. None of them know what the fuck to say.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And Ben Shapiro's supposed to be some white dude, right? You know, and why can't she debate him?
Right. Oh, no, she can't though. You know why? Because you know they're fucking they're terrorists. White men are terrorists now too. Remember that?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But this is the thing, though, Jay. If we're going to sit here, because, you know, Osama bin Laden was a terrorist, we can't sit there and apply that on every Muslim person. For all these little white kids that are shooting up schools for whatever reason, we can't apply that same stigma to every little white kid that's attending in high school.
Exactly. You know? But they are. That's the problem. They are, and that's fucked up.
Exactly. Yeah, it's you know, but Ilhan Omar wants to sit here and say that the term Al Qaeda shouldn't exist because not all Muslim people are like. So, you know, the same stigma shouldn't be applied to white people. You know and you know we went in depth about this. The Star Wars dad went in depth about this. The comments she had about 9/11. You know, that lady should not even be in office right now. It's absolutely sickening.
Yeah. 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 But Jay, I am going to jump off for the night, buddy. You got to spend a little time with the wife. Just hit me up later, okay?
I feel you, man. We're gonna end it here, man, because that was the end of the segments.
All right, guys. Y'all
have
a
good night. I thank each and every one of y'all for joining in. Definitely have a good night. We'll catch you on Sunday about the same time, 9 p.m. You will catch us. This is a new show called Destroying the Left. And on Sunday, we will have Stephanie Janizek from the Smuggler's Cantina and the Males Toxicity Show. She'll be on with us as well. And otherwise than that, man, my man Hybrid, thank you, man, for joining.
I appreciate you for having me on.
No doubt. A Star Wars dad, Mr. John, thank you so much, man. God bless.
You're welcome.
All right, man. And you guys, man, as well, you know, in the chat, man, you guys be careful, stay vigilant. God bless you, and peace, man.
Y'all have a good night.